Hello, all. I am very happy to be talking to Soumadeep. So let me put the scenario correct, and then we'll find out certain answers to the question as to how this happened. Right? The Soumadeep had got 99.69 percentile in the CAT. He got calls from many institutes. So let me list down the colleges that he converted. I am Ahmedabad. I am Bangalore. I am Calcutta. I am Lucknow. I am Shillong, FMS, XLRA HR, XLRA BM, and I think the other calls are yet to come out. And I'm guessing
Yes.
that all of them you will convert. So the first story, what is the secret, Shomali?
Secret is hard work. There is no secret to that. So I started with like very bad VRC score. In fact, DILR also I struggled a lot. But yeah, I improved a lot in the CAT and yeah. So I think that there is no secret. The secret is the hard work.
So how about when you say hard work? How hard is the work? This like what? How hard did you work?
So basically, every day, ensuring that you be consistent on us every single day. So I ensure that I read for around 2-3 hours every single day. I maintain that every day till even on the day of the cat. I ensure that happened. And yes, that's it.
But you have 4 years of work experience,
Hmm.
right? While you're preparing for the CAT, you did not quit your job. You were
No,
still
true.
having the job. So this was, and I also believe that you were in the factory, right? So I think during the COVID time also you were in the factory.
Right,
That's what I
right,
remember.
right.
And so which means that I'm also assuming that the job is hectic. I'm assuming. Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh,
But when you really want something, I think you always get some time out of your schedule, no matter what. And I did exactly that. At office also sometimes, whenever say even if it's 15 minutes, then I would probably read an article. So that's how I spend my time.
so what do you have to say to all these people who say that I'm working so I don't get time? So you tell me your typical day like. So what do you do in a sort of a typical day? What time you wake up? Work like just
So, so I work on shift. So my I don't have any fixed schedule. There are days when I wake up at 6 o'clock and my work ends at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then after that, probably after an hour of nap, and then I would have to study. There are days when I have night shift. It starts from 10 o'clock in the night and continues to the 6 a.m. in the morning on the next day. So those days are a little tougher, but yeah, I have I kind of ensure that the study thing has also happened as well as the sleep is also a very important factor. And also there are days when my work is D shift, like 2 p.m. in the afternoon to 10 in the night. So it was kind of flexible. So I ensured the flexibility in my cat's schedule as well. So yeah.
so when you say this work schedule, so you get in much in advance, it's like 1 week you will be one schedule or how's the
No, normally we have a predefined schedule, but it keeps on changing. Like
it's like you get
yeah. For example, say tomorrow shift also can change today, and I might know it today. So there is nothing like same shift that I'll be doing. So it keeps on
so,
changing.
so in that scenario in your mind, how did you plan your studies? Because it's not like a fixed time. So in your mind, when did you think about okay, this how do you sort of place the time for a preparation for the CAT? How did you do that?
So I did not fix timing. I had something in this mind that okay, today I have to do this many questions, this many quant questions. I have to solve two or three DLSS. I have to read these many articles. So I had the amount of the stuff that I have to do, and I ensured whenever I got a time in between, I ensure that I just hop on and just do whatever I can do in that particular slot. So yes,
So it's like you list down task and you keep on
yes,
achieving
exactly,
task every single day. That's how you
exactly,
do it.
exactly. Yes.
So you were where were you located? Where was your
So I am based at Kalyani, which is like near Kolkata. I mean, 60 kilometers north of Kolkata.
so you didn't have any fellow friends who prepared for CAT along with you?
No, no, not at all.
So how did you kind of connect? Stay? Did you stay connected with some people, or what are the kind of
Yeah,
resources that you
so
had to?
yeah, so I was a part of some groups on Telegram. In fact, I was a part of VRC 1000. It had a very nice community. So we connected among ourselves online. We helped ourselves. So at the very beginning, I remember that I had huge problems in reading. So even those philosophy articles, psychological articles, I had to consult others. So yes,
So are you telling that you created some study buddy types
yes,
thing you
exactly.
had? Really?
Yeah, yes.
And they
But
also,
online, everything is online.
which is okay. But this what you approach someone, or like somebody approached you, or so it happened naturally? What?
No, actually, somebody approached me. So the initiative was not taken by me, but yes, it worked out.
And so in your study buddy group, how many were there in the group? Yours?
I think four people.
All of them made it. Only you were like the
No, no, no. No, one person made to Bangalore, one person to both A and C. Other one is at Lucknow.
wonderful. So you figured out a group of friends who actually helped each other, and I think so, okay. So how important was that for you in your journey? So this was what role did it play, if at all it played? So let's say in terms of how do you get decide how to engage, and how much role did
Right.
that play?
Right. So the thing is that you have to write, you have to take mocks, right, while doing CAT. And in the at the very beginning, particularly, your score keeps on increasing, and then at a particular point, it gets stagnated. So that is the point where the frustration begins, and that is the point when you have to consult your friends, like what they are doing, what things you can improve. Probably doing the analysis together, and then sort out, okay, there can be a different way of doing stuff. So yes, we kind of consulted among ourselves, and yeah.
Wonderful. So in your preparation journey, so this was was this your first attempt to cat, or this was
No, this is
the,
second attempt.
and what happened the previous time?
No, previous time I had around 97.55. I converted MDI and SPGN, but it was COVID time and the classes were happening online, so I was not convinced. Uh, and also I thought that I haven't reached my potential yet, so I thought of giving it another try.
So you had an SPJMR convert last year. Many
Right?
people would have picked that up. I'm guessing.
No,
And
no, yeah, yes.
but
So
if you asked me, I would have
it's a
probably told you to repeat. So,
No, it's a great college. There is nothing personal in it, but I think it was my decision. I thought that I hadn't reached my potential. I thought that I could have done much better. Also, I was pretty good at my job. I was liking my work. I was into a project which I really liked at that point of time, and I didn't want to leave that. So that was also another reason why I took another year.
so in terms of preparation, I'm guessing that you would have done the study on your own, right? I think in Kalyani,
Yes,
guessing that.
mostly.
Uh, m-
Yeah, mostly.
what do you mean mostly? I didn't get it.
So yeah, so for VRC, as I said, I was a part of VRC 1000. So you were a mentor, and I think that really helped me at the beginning. How to understand the main idea of a paragraph and then passage. So that kind of logic really helped me, uh, not only cracking
Uh,
RCs but
uh,
also VA questions.
but VRC 1000 is still a self-study program. No, it's not like designed as a sort of self-study program. So in your preparation, tell me, for example, there are many people would be there who would probably in your similar thing. So for maths, what do you do? For uh, VRC, what do you
Right,
do? VRC, let's say to VRC 1000. For DLR, what do you do? What are the kind of sources that you relied on?
right. Right. So mathematics, as an engineer, I was pretty good at it. So not much of a hurdle on that. So what I did was that I got back to the previous year's questions. I just solved them twice, in fact, and I just kept on taking mock. I think the key to increase your marks in quant is to sort out what is a different way of doing stuff. In some cases you would be able to reach the answer by using the options itself and not by using some kind of formulas or something. So that are the way something that you have to figure out, and that will happen once you write the box and analyze it properly. So that was all that I did for quant. If I talk about DILR, yes, that was pain point, another pain point after VRC. I in fact struggled till the last month. So what I did was solved all the mocks. I in fact bookmarked those sets which I couldn't solve during the exam, during the mock as well as after the mock. So and I make sure that after after a particular period, I revisit them, I kind of revise them. So in that way, the DLR scores were gradually improving. But yes, the struggle continued till the last month. So probably I would not be the right person to ask what you have done for DLR. As far as the VS is concerned, I think the reading. The initial months, I just focused on reading and have done nothing else. Uh, I still remember. So I was not so good at reading, and I did not have the stamina to sit in front of the screen for even 30 minutes and read those articles. I did not have the stamina. So I ensured that I at least sit down in front of the screen and read for at least 1 hour every day. So that thing I ensured. After initial 1 2 months, then as I said, I joined VRC 1000 and my accuracy gradually improved after that. So yeah, that's all I have done.
So this VRC scores from went where from where to where?
Yeah, so I started with around 50 percentile. So that's around I know 9 or 10 marks absolute to around I got around 98.89 in the percentile in the final CAT. So that's around 42. That's the
Wonderful.
jump.
So you had 4 years experience. I think the academics was also pretty decent. I'm guessing.
Yes, yes, yes.
I remember also. So you've been a good student, kind of hardworking, and then you worked for 4 years. You got these calls. You converted everything. So what was the story there? And what do you think, if you look back, what are the things that you did that allowed you this conversion of all these calls?
Well, the pain point begins in January after the results, after the CAT results. First of all, you have to wait for the shortlist, and after the shortlist come, those form fill-ups. I have done a lot of brainstorming for filling the Bangalore form, Ahmedabad form, Calcutta form. And once you have done that, that is the you get to know a lot about yourself. I think I have sorted out some kind of stuff that I have never imagined about myself. Okay, I have discovered something about myself that I had never thought that I was able to during this period of time because of deep introspection that I've done on those days, especially in the from mid-January to the last week of January. And after the form filling, yes, I was a part of PDP personalized course of career launcher, so that really helped me uh, to crack the interviews, to improve on my hygiene factors, to improve on my talking points. If I were to follow your word, and yes, that happened.
So during the interviews, what is you were leading people to some conversation, or some conversation naturally happening, or you could handle all the questions that they were throwing at you? What happened in the interview? So
Okay, so that was a mixed thing, I would say. There are interviews when they did not give me much of a chance. For example, Bangalore interview, they kind of asked me, okay, you have done this. Tell me how you handle this kind of situation. Well, while there are interviews like Ahmedabad who, asked me, okay, tell me something about yourself, and then they picked up on certain keywords that I've used in that, answer. So that was our interview that I was able to drive myself, but Bangalore was not. So this is a mix of both. Again, there is an interview like Indore, wherein they did not allow me to say anything other than whatever they have asked, and the questions are pretty random. So yes, so I have experienced a lot of like different versions of interview possible.
probably next year around this time, if somebody get a call, you know whom to connect. If you can find Shomo, Shomo, what did you do? Give me some
Yeah,
tips.
it's my pleasure.
So in this interview process, did you what is the effort that you put in during the interview process? And so how much was it
Right.
equal to cat or more than cat? What was it?
Oh, I said more than CAT because, as I said, the pain point really begins during the form fill up. So after that pain point ends, then you have to study for the general knowledge. You have to read newspapers every single day. And secondly, the work ex people out there, you have to know your company really well. Okay, Ahmedabad interview, as I said, okay, I was driving that interview, but they kind of asked me a lot about oil and gas sector. I'm from oil and gas sector, so they asked me about, okay, what was the impact of Russia Ukraine on your company? How your company profits kind of were impacted as compared to the last quarter. They were going very deep and they were asking, in details. So yes, so that is the additional pain that I have to do. If you're a fresher, then I'd say they can ask anything under the sun. So be very clear about the general knowledge, general studies. So yes,
So it's like there are no rules, right? So you end up, at
right,
least in the cat, there are these three sections, something, and it's verbal
right, right,
ability. You've got these three type of questions that they ask.
right, right.
So here is like
So
the
basically,
world is open.
yeah, yeah. So basically, in those months, you have to just know everything you get to see. Just reading, keep reading. That's it.
Normally, people start the preparation like you did in January. In hindsight, do you think that I should have done something probably during the cat prep also, which would have probably helped me? No.
Probably, I think reading newspapers. I am not a daily newspaper reader. Okay, I used to read articles, but yeah, not newspapers. So that probably I wish I had done, earlier. And apart from that, I don't think you need to do anything during along with CAT. I think just focus on whatever you need to. While it's CAT, just focus on that. While it's filling the forms, just focus on that. While it's interview, just focus on that. I think you
Once
just need to do
one,
whatever is required.
one step at a time, with
Yeah, one
diligently.
step. Yes.
So, so if so, in your since you have got the percentile, got all these calls, what do you think is sort of your mantra or your take on what makes someone uh, get to an eye based on your experience?
As I said in earlier question, consistency and diligence. There is no replacement to that. You have to, if you want to score good in CAT, you have to ensure that you sit on in front of your computer, in front of your laptop, and practice every single day, no matter in whichever situation you are in. There is no excuse. If you really want to get into something, I think you will get some time at least from whatever hectic schedule you are in. So that is the only thing that I want to say.
That is also true, right? So you've seen your percentile improve. That will happen if you put in that effort. Wonderful. And finally, did you make the decision with all these calls where to go? You're still chilling.
No, I'm a huge dilemma, and yes, we have created groups among ourselves, and there are odd around 35 people who are in dilemma right now.
Suggestion in the meantime is don't talk to anyone. Just listen to your heart and choose one. Because if you keep talking to people, you'll only get confused.
Yeah, probably have to do that only.
Anyway, all the best, Shomadev. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank
Wish you the
you.
very best.
It was a pleasure.